Lamar University's story began nearly a century ago, and from the beginning, LU was destined for greatness. In 1923, South Park Junior College was established in Beaumont, Texas. As decades passed, South Park Junior College transformed from Lamar College to Lamar State College of Technology, focusing on engineering and science. This created the foundation for a future that would truly change the world. In 1971, Lamar State College earned its official university status. LU quickly grew with more educational facilities, degree offerings, and student population. With enrollment in the 1970s approaching 11,000 students, LU was becoming a bustling community. In 1973, the iconic Mary and John Gray Library rose 8 stories above campus, housing one of the largest collections of learning materials in the state. Attention was then turned to the growing athletics program. Construction of the Montaigne Center, the arena we sit in today, was completed in 1984 and to this day remains one of the largest indoor arenas in Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. Growth and reputation continued hand in hand throughout the 80s and 90s, with numerous campus expansions and a growing, pride-filled alumni base. In the early 2000s, Lamar University set its sights on reshaping education with technological advances that brought the classroom outside its traditional 4 walls. Distance learning and online education became a strong option for thousands of students. Today, nearly 6,000 students enroll in courses delivered fully online with the same highly qualified instructors. Now home to more than 15,000 students, Lamar University continues to reach new heights and expand more boundaries while educating and graduating highly trained, motivated individuals.
There were years after I left that other professors know me and know me by name. So there was that camaraderie, and I think these professors generally more focused on the development of the student and getting us ready to go into a workforce.
One of the unexpected perks of being a Lamar graduate was the huge network of colleagues that I continue to be in touch with all these years later, not only in the local area, but also across the United States as well as internationally.
Aside from the academics being top-notch, the sense of community on this campus is worthwhile.
We know what Lamar graduates, when they show up looking for work here, that they're going to be ready to make an impact in a short amount of time.
We look at people, we want to see work experience, we want to see extracurricular activities, and we get that from the people that we see at Lamar.
Welcome to Lamar University Commencement. My name is Brenda Nichols. I serve as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. It is my pleasure to be the first of many to say congratulations. Congratulations for your extraordinary accomplishment in these unprecedented times. I am confident you will make a difference in the world because you've exhibited a strength to maintain your focus in the most distracting times. You've adapted to the ever-changing world around you, demonstrating your determination and resilience, and you have successfully translated your connections to a virtual world, embracing the need for a rational existence, even when it meant social distancing. Clearly, you did not choose to end your college experience in this time of pandemic, but this experience is now part of you. Therefore, embrace what you have gained. Recognize the tools you've acquired along the way that will make you more prepared than others to lead with empathy, to innovate when all else fails, and to remain flexible because life doesn't always go as planned. The future is uncertain, but I know because of your experiences these last few months, you will shed a bright light on the future. While we would all prefer to be together for this momentous occasion, the COVID-19 pandemic has dictated otherwise. However, we look forward to a time when we can heartily welcome you on campus and in person to celebrate your achievements. Again, I congratulate you for your hard work and dedication that have made you successful. Today is a milestone worthy of great celebration, and I hope you feel the pride we have for all of you this day. It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of Lamar University, Dr. Kenneth Evans.
Let me be the first to call you alumni of Lamar University. Today, you join the ranks of more than 100,000 Cardinals worldwide who are entrepreneurs, audiologists, engineers, psychologists, lawyers, social workers, managers, doctors, and professional athletes. It's an accomplished group, and we're proud to add your name to these ranks today. Although we cannot be together, this is no less a celebration of your accomplishments. In fact, possibly more so, you have studied hard, performed well in the classroom, adapted to an online learning environment in a world of social distancing, and achieved despite the hardships and challenges you've faced. This pandemic has exposed the weaknesses and inequalities in our world. While it's been a most uncertain time, there is hope because successes like you today. Your achievement through this global crisis gives us all renewed hope. I encourage you to take the knowledge and skills you have learned here at Lamar University and resolve to address the frailties and fallacies of our world with courage and compassion. While your journey here at Lamar University has ended, you're always welcome on our campus. This is your home, and we hope to see you frequently. With heartfelt sincerity, it is my hope that we'll have the privilege of seeing you face to face to shake your hand one day very soon. Until that time, congratulations. We're proud of you. I have the distinct honor of introducing a few of our diverse alumni who will share some of their experiences with you.
Distinguished graduates, I am Dr. Shannon Allen, proud homegrown product of Beaumont, Texas, having graduated from Beaumont schools and one who is a two-time graduate of the great Lamar University. A special thank you to Dr. Evans and the LU Commencement Planning Team for affording me the opportunity to briefly address the graduating class of 2020. I was blessed to earn both a master's and doctorate degree from Lamar and am extremely happy for the graduates earning degrees today. I recall my last commencement ceremony back in December of 2013. Since my last name is Allen and I was a doctoral student, I was the first graduate to walk across the stage and participate in the hooding ceremony. I was over the moon with so much joy and excitement, having finally earned that terminal degree that I'd always wanted. So I definitely know the feeling that you all are experiencing today. Earning degrees from Lamar has paved the way for me to advance in my career as an educator. I have no doubt that because of the preparation that I received, I am now privileged to have just completed my inaugural year as the first female superintendent in the Beaumont Independent School District. Congratulations, graduates, for reaching such a significant milestone in life. And to reach it in the year 2020, a year where the entire nation is celebrating this graduating class. Who would have thought that when you began this journey to graduation, that your final year would have a not so traditional ending? That you wouldn't be able to walk across the stage like other past graduates and celebrate with your peers in a face-to-face ceremony. As a result of our current reality, the class of 2020 will forever be a historic one that has faced obstacles that no other graduate can attest to. Despite the challenges you have faced, I would venture to say that you have learned more than any other graduating class in history, not just academically, but in life. You have learned how to persevere in a pandemic, how to stay focused on your vision, and how to reach your goals. You have learned how to not take life for granted. You have especially learned how to make things happen and how to get things done because you have developed a deep-seated philosophy, a philosophy that I bet you didn't even realize existed. Let me take just a moment to enlighten you about this philosophy and how it has helped you get to this point and how it will continue to drive you towards your future vision for your life. I want to introduce you to a term, figure outable. I know what you're thinking, figure-outable. That's not even a word. While it's not an actual word in the dictionary, it is a phenomenal concept of a certain type of mindset. Go ahead and Google it. I know you want to. I first heard this word listening to a podcast where Marie Forleo was sharing her concept that nothing in life is that complicated. You just roll up your sleeves and you do it. Everything is figure-outable. This is a practical discipline that can make a person unstoppable. No matter what challenge you face, you can figure it out. Reflecting on everything you have overcome to earn your degree proves that you have lived by the concept of everything being figure-outable. Now, you may not have used this term to describe how you made it through to get to this day, but it doesn't change the fact that you have the mindset and you figured out how to graduate in the midst of a pandemic. As we continue to navigate the new realities we are all facing, those that will continue to succeed are those that understand and apply this mindset. During the current times we are facing, I have refined this mindset more than any other time in my life, especially as a leader. As I mentioned previously, I have the distinct honor of leading a school system through what is the most challenging time that any of us will ever face in our lifetimes. In our current crisis, my team hears me say daily, figure it out. Another problem? Figure it out. Another issue? Figure it out. Add that question to the list of something else that we have to figure out. What I reiterate to the team is that each and every one of them are in their current leadership positions because they have the awesome ability to figure things out. Right now in our time of crisis, that skill set is more valuable than anything else. And guess what? The 792 graduates of Lamar University, you have it. Whether you realize it or not, every action that we take in every moment of every day is shaped by our beliefs. Beliefs lead to our thoughts influence our feelings determine our actions and behaviors, which ultimately dictate our results. The key to success in life is to work on changing your beliefs. If you believe that there is no hope, or that something is not possible, or that you aren't going to make it, your actions and behaviors will reflect that. On the flip side, if you know that you know that you know that everything is figure-outable, your actions and your behaviors will reflect that. So make no mistake, what we say to ourselves in the secrecy of our minds truly matters. It drives our behavior, which drives our destiny, which shapes our world. Stay focused on the fact that nothing, no thing, no situation, no circumstance will stop you from moving forward because you have the mindset that everything is figure-outable. I want to leave you with one final note, and it's a reminder about time. To reach the next phase in your life, to accomplish the next goal, or to fulfill your personal vision is going to cost you something, and that something is time. I recently read a quote that we've all heard and stated before. There's a myth that time is money. In fact, time is more precious than money. Why? Because you can always earn more money. But with time, once you spend it, it is gone forever, never to be replaced. It is truly one of the greatest assets that we have in life. Final piece of advice is this. Don't waste time in your journey through life waiting for the next weekend to happen, waiting for the next holiday to get here, waiting for the next break from work, or waiting for the next big thing to happen in your life. Dreams are accomplished and visions fulfilled during the wait time. Keep in mind that your moment is here, the time is now, don't waste it. I'm so proud of you, and I wish you great confidence and boldness as you step out to accomplish your life's calling. We celebrate you today. Congratulations again, graduates of the class of 2020.
Hello, Lamar graduates. My name is Brian Sanchez. It's an honor to get to share with you my own personal Lamar journey and what it's meant for me. I graduated high school in 1996 from Nederland High School. I had the privilege of being offered and accepted a full ride to continue playing baseball at LU from 1997 to 1999. Being a local Nederland boy growing up watching Lamar baseball, I was thrilled at the opportunity to get to play for my hometown university. It was a great experience that led me to be able to play at the professional level. In 1999, I was drafted in the second round by the Kansas City Royals. I was in my junior year of a business management degree when I left to pursue my dream of playing in the big leagues. I would go on to play 15 years of professional baseball with many different organizations and making my big league debut with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2006, with continued big league time with the Washington Nationals and the Florida Marlins. Although my passion and drive was always to play the game I loved, I knew finishing my degree was important. Lamar gave me the chance to finish my degree online while traveling and playing baseball. I began online courses in 2006 and graduated in 2008. Having this degree would prove to be a huge asset for my future once I retire from Major League Baseball. After retiring from Major League Baseball in 2013, I was inducted in the Lamar Baseball Hall of Fame in 2018 and was named to Lamar Baseball's 1990s All-Decade team. When my time in baseball came to an end, I had to decide what was the best use of my degree to support my family. I was 36 years old with a wife and 3 young children. I felt fortunate to get to live out my dream for as long as I did, and now was time to transition into my next phase of life. Because I already had my degree, I was able to make the career change quickly. I chose to apply at Motiva, where I've been employed for 6 years now. Without my degree, my application would have been overlooked. Looking back on all my accomplishments, I narrowed it down to 3 things that I believe shaped the course of my success. 1, relationships. Your relationship with God, your relationships with your family, and your relationships with friends. Surround yourself with people who sharpen you in your faith and in your belief. What you believe is what you will live out. Your daily actions will be a direct reflection of what you believe about yourself and your circumstances. Number 2, set small daily goals. Small goals met every day will lead to the bigger goals. Celebrate the small victories. Number 3, most important, never give up. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Always search for ways to get better. Congratulations, good luck, and God bless.
Good evening, faculty, friends, family, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2020. It is an honor to be here with you today, even if it's in a virtual world. And truly, thank you for allowing me a few minutes to share some of the things that I've learned since becoming an alumni of Lamar University in May of 2012. I have to tell you, as soon as Lamar called me a few weeks ago to ask if I would be one of the speakers at this graduation today, I was immediately filled with excitement. I truly couldn't believe that little old me was asked to play such an important role in one of the most monumental days of your lives. Shortly after, the excitement faded and the panic started to creep in as I started preparing my speech. After countless hours of watching YouTube videos of the most inspirational commencement speeches, I felt defeated because I'm no scholar, I'm not a celebrity, and I'm most definitely not a rocket scientist. I kept thinking, what possibly could a bright-eyed 32-year-old gal from Bridge City, Texas, tell these graduates that would make an impact? Well, I dug deep and took some advice from my former communication classes at Lamar and realized the best way to make an impact is to relate to my audience and give you some words of wisdom that I wish that I would have received when I was in your shoes 8 years ago today. Dr. Paul Hemingway, you can pay me later for that shout out. Before I dive in with the main takeaways, I'd like to just take a few minutes to tell you about my experience at Lamar and how it catapulted my career to where I am today with Southwest Airlines. I'm going to take you back to the spring of 2011. I was in my junior year at Lamar, about 3/4 of the way finished with my bachelor's degree in corporate communication with an emphasis in public relations, and had my 5-year plan after graduation already figured out. I was determined to graduate on time, land that dream PR job with Disney immediately after, and work my way up to CEO before I was 30. You can see where I'm going with this, right? Our plans always work out exactly how we'd hope, right? Well, in February of 2011, my future began to take a different direction, but I had no idea that it would be at that exact moment. I remember sitting in one of my communication classes listening to Dr. Paul lecture, and an email from the Career and Testing Center popped up and immediately piqued my interest. The subject line read, apply for an internship with Southwest Airlines today. Like any normal student would, you see an email about a paid internship, so you immediately click on it. I had heard of Southwest Airlines before, mainly because my older sister used to fly to New Mexico a lot, and she'd bring us back barf bags and peanuts to let us know that she was thinking of us. How sweet, right? She would also tell me how cool and funny the flight attendants were and how good they treated her when she was flying solo. Although I had never flown Southwest before, and it wasn't in my 5-year plan to intern at Southwest Airlines, I polished up my resume, gathered a letter of recommendation or two, and pressed submit on the application that same day. I had no expectation that I would get a phone interview, let alone an actual in-person interview, but a few weeks later, I was flying up to Dallas to interview and ultimately landed that internship for the fall of 2011. I'll save you all of the details about my internship experience and how amazing the fine folks at Southwest Airlines are, but I'll tell you that my 3 months with them literally changed my life. So much so that as much as I loved Disney and wanted to follow my perfect 5-year plan to get there after graduation, I realized that sometimes it's okay to be agile and create a new plan in the moment. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and I received that email 9 years ago for a purpose. I'm so thankful I followed my heart and allowed myself to be pulled in a different direction, even though I didn't know why at the time. So to put this all into perspective, I'd like to share 3 things with you today that will bring this all together as you start the next chapter of your lives and enter the workforce. Number 1, be flexible. As I mentioned in my intro, it's imperative to be flexible because you truly never know what opportunity might arise when you're least expecting it. It's always great to have a plan, but don't limit yourself to being stuck in a box, especially in our current environment. If you say no to something because it doesn't fit in your perfectly perfect plan, you'll never know if that decision could have changed your life. I told you that I was flexible to get to Southwest, but I've also remained flexible for every career opportunity that was presented to me. Again, I had a plan of what I wanted to do when I got to Southwest in 2012, but you better believe that what I thought I was going to be doing is actually completely different than what I'm doing today. And I couldn't be happier. Randomly enough, I started in our technology department in 2012 doing internal communications using my communications degree. But because I remained flexible, I made my way to the people department, and that's what we call HR here at Southwest, for one of the best and most admired companies in the world. I have the coolest job on a normal day, supporting our employees through their employee life cycle at Southwest. But right now, my job means more than it ever has. I'm helping our employees through one of the most challenging times in our country and in the history of our airline industry in particular. I have found my purpose and my calling out Southwest, and it's literally because I was flexible. Number 2, be persistent. I'd like to share one of my absolute favorite quotes with you from my mentor, Mr. Walt Disney. He said, "To succeed, work hard, never give up, and above all, cherish a magnificent obsession." I know you all know the saying, some succeed because they are destined to, but most succeed because they are determined to. Graduates, I can't tell you enough how important it is to keep moving forward and to never give up. There's no doubt that you all will continue to be faced with challenges of every kind as we continue to navigate through this global pandemic. There will be moments where you feel like something is impossible to do, but y'all, if there's one thing you can do, it is to keep going. Dream big, push through the challenges, find another way if you get stuck, and continue to be the rock stars that you all are. If there was one thing that Lamar University taught me, it was to persevere. Keep your head up high and press on. Number 3, be kind. If there's anything that I've learned through my time at Lamar, and most certainly at my time at Southwest Airlines, it's to always be kind, give grace, assume positive intent, and lead with the servant's heart with everything that you do. Not only will it make you a better person, you will be fulfilled putting others first. In a world where everyone is so divided on every issue and we have a tendency to only care about ourselves, I encourage you all, as emerging leaders of this world, to go out and treat people with kindness. Everyone has heard Maya Angelou's famous quote that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. As I close today, I want to congratulate you not only on your amazing accomplishment of graduation, but pushing through and persevering to finish your degree at Lamar in the middle of a pandemic. We've gone completely virtual, we've experienced lockdowns at home, the economy has taken a hit, and the future is unknown for everyone, especially graduating students. But you kept pushing through, and I'm so proud of you for that. There's no doubt that I know that each one of you are destined and determined to do great things, and I cannot wait to hear about all of the amazing things that you'll do for yourself, but most importantly, for others. Congratulations, grads.
Welcome, Lamar University graduates, class of 2020. You all have done it. I would like to congratulate you and your families and everyone that contributed to the effort required to achieve this tremendous honor that stands before you today. In 2013, I remember sitting there thinking about the future, wondering what was in store for me and what lied on the road ahead. But little did I know that in just 7 years, I would be blessed with the opportunity to start a small business and work with an amazing team to transform that business into a thriving entity that would employ over 130 men and women on a full-time basis across several major cities in the United States. It was a long and challenging road full of mountains, peaks, and valleys. But guess what? We did it. And you can accomplish the same and even more. My business actually was launched right from the dorm rooms of Lamar University with 3 of my friends and a dream. Unfortunately, we didn't have $1 to go along with that dream. But what we did have was passion, tenacity, and a willingness to do the work. Knowing this, as you prepare to march into the future, realize that you are also marching into a world of brand new opportunity that will require you to work hard, take risks, think big, and be very open-minded. Remember that you can and will achieve all that you set your mind to, so long as you're willing to roll up your sleeves, persevere, and put in the work. In closing, I will say it again, how proud I am of all of you and all that you have accomplished up to this point in your life. And my prayer is that you will utilize all of the gifts, talents, and resources that God has put in front of you, and that you will choose to be the best version of yourself that you can be every single day, and that you will choose to be a light and inspiration to those around you and ultimately to the world, and be a living, breathing example of the quality of education that you all have obtained from our glorious Lamar University. So congrats again to you all, class of 2020, and God bless you all, and God bless Lamar University.
Now I'm pleased today to verify the candidates listed on the screen next who have met all the requirements for their degrees. By the authority vested in me and Lamar University by the Board of Regents of the Texas State University System, I confer upon you the degrees to which you've been certified, admitting you to all the rights and privileges which throughout the world pertain to those degrees. Now, if you had a cap and gown on, I'd ask you to do the following. In keeping with university tradition, symbolizing change, even in our current environment, imagining you have a cap on with a tassel, please move your tassel from the front right to the front left of your cap. Graduates, my sincerest congratulations.
you.